Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new on this channel, my name is Jacinta. On this channel, I do vlogs, I do travel, and most importantly, I talk about my life experiences here in Germany. If you like the sound of that, please do not forget to subscribe and join this family. So as you can see from the title, today's video is my story, my bad experience as an au pair here in Germany, how I got fired. I'm going to be sharing with you my bad experience. Just a disclaimer, this video is not here to defame anyone, to point fingers at anyone, but I'm just like going to share the whole truth, authentic truth on how I lived as an au pair here in Germany. I've never really shared this story with a lot of people, only 4 people in my life that know about this story. That means it's very dear to me and it's very sad and depressing. So that is why I don't like to talk about it, because it just brings out the old memories which I don't want to remember. I do remember. It has left the scars in my life, and yeah, it's just going to live with me. I've healed, and I think this is why now I can like talk about this topic now. So everyone's life experiences is different. Everyone's au pair story is different. Au pair is a very beautiful program. If you find the right family that you click with and you work with them, it's so special. So for me, it's not. It was very, very bad, and I got fired at the end of it all. Okay, so it was in 2017 when I was just like frustrated where I was working back home. I was frustrated. I was not getting enough because I wanted like to study, to upgrade my studies into university. I was not getting enough money like to save up to that. I also had like other issues. So like I've got a sister here in Germany, and I just talked to my sister to say, things are not moving on well. I like talked to her about it, like I'm not just happy, I want to leave, or maybe just a vacation or anything just to move away. Anyway, we talked about that. Yeah, I forgot about it. And then after like 2 days, she was with a friend, and then she told me like, Jacinta, today I was at the playground with my friend who's also an au pair. I was like, wow, okay, so what is an au pair? And then I had to check it out on Google, and I found out it's just a culture exchange, and it sounds very, very nice. I was excited because all the requirements that an au pair needs, I had it. So I started looking for my host family, which is at aupair.com, aupairworld.com. I was very excited. I wrote to these people. So like we said, talking like in November, December, this family really liked me. And I was very happy because this family was like half South African and half German. So I was very excited to say, okay, this person, even if she's white, she'll understand me because she's also like from Africa. We had a very good connection. We also had a lot of Skype. It was very nice. And this family was just a single mom and one boy, one child who was 2 years. I was so happy. I spoke with them almost every day. So fast forward, I came exactly on the 6th of July 2018. I landed in Germany, and I was very happy because the weather was so nice. It was also summer here. So I was like I'm finding another Africa, because in Africa, like where I come from in Zambia, in July, it's like cold in our country, which we call winter. So yeah, I was here. I was feeling nice because it was warm. So when I reached here, they picked me from the airport. We went home, so excited. So this family had just recently moved into this new apartment, probably because now there was an au pair which is going like to join them, and they needed a bigger apartment. So she has her own room, which is the requirement. So that day, later on, we went into town. We saw the city. It was very beautiful. And then the next day, on a Saturday, when we woke up, the woman just like wanted to like tell me about how I'm going to be working, like my requirement, even though we already had it in the contract. Like she was just like trying to add more things. And then she said, this is something that I overlooked. She was like, we have to live as a family, meaning you do not have to count your hours. Mind you, I was getting paid as an au pair. I was getting paid by then, I don't know about now. I used to get paid 260 euro, and I had to have like 1 day off in a week, like at least a weekend or anything like that. I can't really remember the rules. It was like you have to like to have 1 weekend off or something like that. And then also the hours, I was like, I have to like to work 30 hours in a week, which means it was less hours that I needed to work. And this woman was like, it's very difficult like to examine which hours you need to work. I was like, okay, no problem. And then she was like, yeah, you can also help out with the house chores, and then I can add 100 euro to to your pocket. I was like, wow, that is nice. Like just cleaning up the dishes. I always do those things, those house chores. Like where I come from in Africa, or maybe just for me, how I grew up, we were taught like you cannot leave any dirty dishes on the table. You need to clean up where you were. You need to do this and that. Like also respect the owner of the house. So those things you need to be careful because they can backfire on you, which happened to me. So I just accepted. I was very happy. I really did not put everything in mind to say, okay, why this, why that? Okay, fine. So all these things I think I was not really thinking about what's going to happen. Anyway, so we cleaned that Saturday. We cleaned the apartment. So the second day we went to her mother's house, like to introduce me. It was very nice. Then when we came back with her, she brought us with a car back home where she was living. Guys, this house was so big. It was very, very big. These guys had money. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to like fit in this area because just like a rich area. So we came back with the mom. And then I was doing something in the kitchen, and then the mother to my host mom was with my host child. So they were playing, and this woman, like my host mom, when she went to Africa, she bought this basket which is made like with soft metal, which was very nice. But then as a child, he did not know, so he stood on it. He wanted to see something on the window. So when he stood on it, it just crashed, like everything like came together, but you can put it back together. Okay, so I did not see that. It was whatever, it was at night. We put everything in order. The mom went. So on this Sunday, this host mom wanted to go out, like wanted to go on a date in the evening. Okay, so she had also another nanny, a young nanny, but she was not always present. Probably this is why they wanted an au pair who is going to be there all the time. Or maybe it's also expensive here in Germany, like to have a nanny. They invited her like to also talk to me, to introduce me. And then we started talking about the language school. She said, okay, tomorrow you can go to this language school that I know, da 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 da. Ah, that was nice. Where I come from, when you're going to a new place, people who either will go with you on the first day to make you know, especially if you're young, like they will teach you, like they will take you exactly where it is, like to show you this is the area. Or they're going to say, if you find a tree, you're going to turn left, right, you know, all those connections. But here in Germany, it was different. You need to work with your phone. You need to work with your navigator. Okay, fine. So this woman, this girl left. That was on a Sunday. My host mom also told me, like before she went on a date, she was like, if this boy cries, please, you should call me. I was like, okay, cool. If he cries for me, cannot sleep, or anything that happens, always call me. Okay, fine. So this, you know, the mom and the child had a very connection. Like this child didn't know any other person, like doesn't know a person who looks like me. The mother went on a date. This point I realized, like, I'm going to remain with this girl. And he was, you know, I understand, he was a child. He was just 2 years old. So this child was young. He never lived with another person who looks like me. Of course, he's going to be surprised. And when the mother just stepped out, this boy started crying. I remember it was around 18. This boy cried throughout non-stop. I was calling my sister on the other side, like, what should I do? What should I do? And she was like, because she also like had kids in the age group of this little boy. So she told me what I can use. I tried to sing. I tried different things. I tried to read. This boy was just kicking me. He didn't want to do anything. He didn't want me to get anywhere close to him. I was frustrated. I really did not know what to do. I also said crying, like, what's going to happen? I tried and tried and tried, and this boy was not stopping to cry throughout non-stop. He was red. I was like, where am I? I tried everything that I thought I could. Everything that she told me to do, I tried it, I applied it. It was not working. So I said, okay, since the mother said I should call her, let me call her. I called the mother, and then she said, okay, I'm going to come back. So she came back probably like after 45 minutes, and she made this boy sleep. So we slept that day. Then came Monday I went to school, like to find this school. So no one told me. So the way it was, they could just like tell you, you can go to this area. They would just like write me the address where I have to go. So she wrote me, remember a day before, this nanny wrote me the address where I should go and look for the language school. So I went there. I did my test for the A1 because I already did A1. So they wanted to do a test, and they said you can start in A1.2. Okay, fine. And then going back, what I did not know is where you came from with the train, like the direction, that is not the same way that is going like to take you back home. You need to cross over to the other side, and that is something that I did not know. So I got on this train exactly where it stopped me, and I went the other side instead of going back. Guys, this train was just going until it reached at this area, and it said, we've reached this place. I was like, okay. And you know, my language was very bad. They said the announcement. I was just seated there. I didn't know what to do. And then this man said, Joe, do you speak German? I said, no, bisschen. And then he was like, okay, fine. I'll speak to you in English. And then he spoke with me, and then he told me exactly to say, this train is not moving, like it's ended. This is the end stop. I was like, okay, so what should I do? He told me you need to go to the other side, and then it's going to take you. And then I asked him, like, this is where I'm going. He told me how to get about it. So I just like went one way. I was excited. I went there, and before I reached home, by then I had like iPhone 6. This iPhone 6 used to get hot and it would go off easily. So it went off, like moving about. I was just like asking people, mind you, like I said, this area was the rich area. Like people were so high class. I was very scared like to talk to them. I tried in one way or another until I found my way home. I was reaching home very late. When I reached home around 20, this woman was very upset. I came back from this long journey, which I was lost. I was scared. I did not know where I was. I came back home. This woman shouted at me, guys. She shouted at me, and she told me, yesterday you couldn't even make the boy sleep. You were lying to me. You were saying like, no, you can take care of the child, and just making the child sleep was so hard for you. I really do not understand you. She shouted at me. And then she said a lot of things. She also said, I lied that I've learned German because once you're coming here, it's a requirement to do A1. So this woman expected me for my A1, for me to communicate in my A1 with her child. The language that you learn back home and once you come into the country, they are two different things. You do not expect me to communicate well in my A1. Those are just basics. You can't have a conversation. Anyway, I did not say that. It was just in my head. She shouted at me, you know where I come from. You do not talk back. You respect elders. I was, oh God. Okay, my light has gone. Hope we can still work with this light. Yo, guys, you know the language is very difficult once you learn it out of the country and once you come. Guys, she shouted at me. She told me a lot of things, and she really did not also give me the time to explain how my journey was. So all the emotions were just like coming. And then what made me cry most was she accused me like I let this boy spoil her bag. I don't know if it's a basket. She said it was very expensive. How would you do this? You're very careless, guys. She shouted at me, and I was crying. I was like, God, where have I landed myself? This place is new. I just got lost. This woman is giving me so much pressure. On the second day, she wanted me to get to know her child. She wanted me to make her child sleep, even though she said I should call her when the child doesn't sleep. I was thinking like that is mutual. Like, that is what she used to say, but do not take it to what she says. If she says, if you like, you can go out, don't go out. It means she's just trying to be nice, trying to be polite, but she was indirectly telling you, do not go out. And those things came with time because I really did not understand her character. Guys, life was very hard. I cried that day. And on top of that, like, she thought it's just normal. I had like to comfort myself. So she already invited So this shouting that she was shouting at me was in front of her nanny. Because normally what she used to do whenever she's upset with me, she'll call like another person who's like going to like gun against me, like they're going to like to be talking. I really did not know her papers, but she always used to do that in the whole period. Okay, so they left, they went to the kitchen. I remained, I was crying, I was cleaning up. It was just so frustrating. I felt very bad. I was like, God, where have I landed? This woman is not the same woman that I was talking to online. She was very nice to me. She was the sweetest person, because I know back then I did not know anything about YouTube. I did not even watch any warnings. I didn't know anything, like anything can go bad. And when I came, I did not come with any agent, so it was just me and her. Like, I can't report these problems that I'm facing anywhere, but anyway, it was too early to even start thinking about that. So I just cried, and then I went and joined them to eat, and they were speaking in German. Afterwards, they left. It was just an awkward moment. They stood up, they were speaking in German. I understood nothing. Maybe they were talking about me, I don't know. I said, clean up the kitchen, and after that, I went to sleep. The second day, she acted like nothing happened. Like, she didn't even apologize, and I was very scared. Maybe I'm the one who was wrong. Like, okay, I tried, like, okay, Jacinta, you should do better. The second day when she came, she gave me a list of places. It's like this woman was just like waiting for me, like, whilst I come as an au pair, I'll deal with all her problems. Like, I'll be her run girl. Like, she had so many things that she had to do because she moved into a new apartment. There were so many things that she was sending me. I need to go to the laundry. I need to go this. I need to buy her lights. I remember one day I went where she sent me to buy lights, and this man was so racist. Like, he just acted like I was not there. Like, guys, it was very bad. When I entered that store, he acted like he doesn't want to talk to me. And he told another person to tell her like she should get out of the store. I don't want to be emotional, but life was hard. When I tell you that my host, my au pair, my au pair story was hard. Sorry guys, I think we are going to like to make part 2 because it's a long story. It is a very long story, and I think I need something to drink. I've never really shared this story to anyone, and sorry guys. I passed through racist, and I had no one like to cry to apart from my sister, who was miles away. She was living in another city, and I was living in another city. So I really did not have someone next door that I can cry to. Guys, life was very difficult. It was very, very difficult, but I think I will have to make another video, like just to explain to you how it was so hard until I was fired. Until I was fired, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you are also an au pair, or you've had any experience, please let me know in the comments below, just to encourage other people, because this is the awareness that other people should also know about. Yes, au pair is a beautiful thing, it's a beautiful program, but people also need to know the other side. Like, from beginning, you need to open your mouth. You need to stand up for yourself, because if you don't, no one will. And in a land like Germany, if you don't stand up for yourself, no one will. No one will. It's not just about au pair. In our day-to-day life, you need to stand up for yourself. So I'm going to make part 2, and I'm going to explain to you exactly everything that happened. I did not finish my whole year. Okay guys, we have to close now. Please not forget to give me a thumbs up, share your views if you have any experiences. about Aupair, good, bad, just let us know in the comment section. If you've not yet subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. Bye.